What's going on, YouTube? Tom here, and man, I'm excited today. Because over this weekend, this channel did, in fact, finally hit 500 subscribers. So once again, I don't feel like I thank you all enough. Huge shout out to everyone who's subscribed, because this channel would not be possible without all of you. Because my channel just hit the magic 500 that I've been naming in order to go ahead and start looking at ordering a Mustang. So, without further ado, at some point this week, not sure exactly what day yet, I will be putting in the order. Now, big problem is I just gotta find the time to go down to the dealership and do it. Or do it over the phone. But yes, it is in fact coming this week. YouTube is pretty consistently earning me $100 a month, so I can in fact start budgeting for that. And hopefully, once we're past wintertime and I can actually start vlogging more regularly and have decent lighting, I can start putting some mods onto one of my various vehicles and then make some good content about it. So now that I'm going to go ahead and put the order in, I'm going to go ahead and show you all what spec I want. Alright, so now we got back home, we're on the Ford website here. So today I'm going to show you my kind of ideal spec I picked out for the Mustang that I'm going to order. So I did this a while ago where I kind of made a video showing the spec I was thinking about at the time. And I made a few kind of decisions on that, and some things I said I might not be sure of, and I'm going to do a little bit differently when I actually order the car. So once again, we go to Vehicles, Mustang, go over here to Build and Price. This is always the easiest way to show you. Build your own. So once again, we're sticking with the GT Fastback. I just still do not see the appeal of getting the premium. I just can't understand it. For me, I'm not using the car as a daily driver. The only major difference to me is the seats are leather versus cloth. So at the time I was thinking about Ruby Red, which as you can see is an extra $400. And it finally came down to it. I decided I just can't justify spending an extra $400 on paint color. And on top of that, when I looked at Ruby Red, it only looks good in certain lights, which is kind of annoying because I don't want a car that only looks good in the middle of the day. I want the car that's going to look good through all filters, through all lighting conditions. And then on top of that, Ruby Red is just extremely close to the color on my Tacoma, and I just don't want two cars that are the same color. So instead, I'm actually going to be going with Race Red. A little bit brighter, not as much depth as Ruby Red, but honestly, overall, I think it looks, on a whole, better. So come down here, once again, 5.0 V8, sticking with the manual. So, of course, the 301A package, just because with a couple of the options I want, you have to get 301A instead of the 300A. Enhanced security package, which comes with an active alarm, which actually is good for insurance purposes, and of course the wheel locking kit. So you get better insurance rates, and it's actually better for security, because this is a car that I see at some point someone will try to mess with it, and the wheels are not cheap wheels. So I'm still for sure going to get the GT Performance package, and as you can see, these wheels look pretty nice, and a good set of them with the tires, that's around $2,000 on the aftermarket. But damn, they look good. So then I'm also looking at the active valve performance exhaust, which originally I was going to get because of the quiet mode, but now that I've driven one, it sounds so good when the valves are open. So if anything, the quiet mode is still going to be a thing. I still plan to use it just so I don't get a brick through my windshield when I have to leave in the morning for work, if I drive the car to work. Now, one thing I was debating on was MagneRide. People said, well, it's an expensive option, maybe you shouldn't get it, and to be honest, I actually agree with everyone who said that. It's $1,700, and realistically speaking, it's not something you use often. It's not necessarily something I'm going to miss if I don't have it. On top of that, you have to get a performance package for it, which, again, I am going to get one, but it seems like it turns into a lot of money to be spent that you could better spend on a good set of aftermarket coilovers, or you could spend it on lowering springs. The money just could be better spent, in my opinion, than getting suspension that you're really just going to modify anyway. So, coming to the rear of the car, one thing I also was thinking about was you had the performance rear wing, and I got to scroll down to find it here. You have the spoiler delete. I had debated whether I wanted a spoiler delete or not, and at the time I was thinking about getting an aftermarket spoiler anyway. So I'd reasoned, and I still have, and this is the same reason that I've reasoned, I'm going to go ahead and get a spoiler, but I do plan to switch it out, and in fact I may even be going through the dealer and just having them put it on as I order the car. I'm not going to reveal exactly what spoiler that is yet, but it is a Ford OEM spoiler, just on a car that costs a lot more. So hopefully that'll still work with the bolt holes, and supposedly that still does. It doesn't look like they've changed the bolt pattern at all. Why would they on a facelift car? You get 373 rear gears, wheels and tires, pretty self-explanatory. Cloth, one of the things is you have your two options on cloth colors. I can't even find a car with this dark ceramic with the white interior. I have yet to even find a car on the dealer lots even with this. In fact, it's not even going to load here when you... I was going to say, it's not even going to load here, so that should be a sign right there. I haven't even... Literally no cars come up with it. Everyone just gets black anyway, and that was no surprise to me. Come over here to the 360 view of this interior with these seats. But overall, I think this car is going to turn out pretty well once I get it. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed that. That's my spec that I'm going to go ahead and order. Now, it's taken me a little bit to kind of figure out exactly what I want, but pretty sure, I'm 99.999% sure that's what I want, unless someone really convinces me that I need something else. That's the spec I'm going to go for. But, hope you all enjoyed my spec. I hope everyone's going to love that when it gets here, because I, for one, I can't wait to have it now. It's been a long time in the making. I can honestly say I never understood until I decided to get this Mustang and I started putting money away for it. When people start saying something along the lines of they've been saving up for years to get a car, I never understood why you would do that. It's like, wait a minute, what do you mean by years? You know, it seems like you have the car by now. No, I really do know what it means, because for me, I've been saving up for this Mustang legitimately for 4 years, because the money I'm using for the down payment, I worked for through college. Like, after all my expenses, it's like I've always put money away, saying basically since I was a freshman in college, I decided, I want a nice car when I graduate. And the more I got closer, it was like, well, I want a Corvette, Challenger, Camaro, maybe I'll get a BMW, various cars, and by the time it finally came down to it, it's like, alright, I've been saving up for literally years, and I knew by now it would be a reality. I made it my goal earlier this year, actually. Realistically speaking, it was January when the new Mustang came out. It was when I said, I think I want that new Mustang. It looks pretty sweet. So admittedly, it's not like I've been saving up for a Mustang for years, but I was saving up for this particular car for years. But, it's so exciting. Every time I see one, I was mad one day because I saw a Mustang a high school student was driving, and I said to my mom about it. I was like, man, I saw a high school kid had the exact Mustang I want. It annoys me. His parents probably bought it. My mom said to me, well, if you buy yours, you're going to appreciate it a lot more than he probably does. And she's not wrong. So, anyway, so that means give it a couple more months and Mustang content is coming. And as for the screen name, I guess another comment I've gotten from people, another question is, am I going to change the channel name? And the short answer is, possibly. For now, no, just because the Tacoma's not going anywhere, and the Tacoma build is going to happen eventually. Now, the problem is money's going to be a lot tighter than I thought, because at this point, I honestly saw myself earning like twice as much money as I am for job-wise. So for now, no, the channel name's not changing. But maybe in the future, if I come up with something less car specific, if I come up with something that's more along the lines of a general channel name, I will consider changing it. But I've answered some generally asked questions. Now that I've hit 500 questions, I'm gonna try something. It's something I've never done, and I've actually wanted to do it for a while, but never really thought I'd get a lot of reactions to it. I'm gonna do a Q&A. So if you have a question, let me know in the comments section below what that question is. It can be about anything. I prefer you keep it car related, but anything works for now. Just let me know. If it's a good question, as long as it's not a complete spam question, I will answer it in the next video. Sometime this week I want to do a good Q&A video answering a bunch of questions that everyone might have. But yeah, let me know. So leave your questions below, and then also let me know about what you think about this video in the comments section below. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you're stopping in for the first time, I'll help this channel get to 1,000 subscribers. I really love seeing this channel grow. Anyway, take care. Have a good day.